If you're looking for cheap, instant, and reliable Madden Ultimate Team coins, make sure to check out buymutcoins.com and use the discount code RBT for 10% off your purchase. Yo, what is going on, everybody? This is Samuel Brown, aka RBT, coming at you with another Madden 17 experiment video today. And today we're going to be seeing how much a 99 overall defensive line improves a team. You guys have been smashing the like button today. And I asked you guys hit 750 likes in the previous video earlier today that I would release another Madden 17 experiment later tonight. And here we go, because you guys are absolutely amazing and smash 750 likes. And if you guys could do that again, that would be absolutely amazing. So if you do enjoy the video, let me know by dropping a like. If you guys are yet to subscribe to the channel, that would be amazing. I'm actually getting close to 60K, so every subscription would be absolutely amazing, as we're still on that quest to 100,000 subscribers, which at one point I thought was absolutely impossible, but maybe one day I might actually hit that. That would be a dream come true. But with all that said, guys, really hope you are enjoying the series. And if you guys have finals coming up, I have 2 tomorrow, 1 Tuesday, 1 Wednesday, and 1 Thursday. But if you have some coming up tomorrow or sometime this week, good luck, guys. Just study hard. We all gonna make it. We all gonna be great. So with that said, guys, let's jump into this video. I decided to use the Chicago Bears, so that's the team we're going to be using in today's video. And if you guys are unfamiliar with how this works, we're going to go into one season with the regular roster for the Chicago Bears, sim the season, see their win and loss record, see the team stats, and then go into a second simulation. And the only difference between the first and second simulation is going to be the addition of a 99 overall defensive line. So within the 2 simulations, we see, in fact, how much a 99 overall defensive line will improve the team in terms of the win-loss record, in terms of team stats. So with that being the case, we're about to jump into the simulation, and whatever video idea you have for me to do next, let me know in the comment section below. And with that said, let's jump into the simulation and see how the Bears do with just the regular team. So the simulation is now over, and as you see, we did not make the playoffs because the practice squad players were signed. So let's see how the team actually did. This is the normal Bears roster, and judging by this dude, this could be god awful, because normally, like, when you have about 5 players regress throughout the season, it's like a 4-12 record, but almost like that's like 10 players that regressed, 9 players in fact that regressed, or no, it was 10 players that did regress. Oh my god, like this, the only other time I saw a regression this bad was when we used the 49ers and they went 1-15. So I'm gonna say 2-14 is my prediction for this simulation, and the Bears actually went 1-15, dude. Holy crap. So you have to keep that in mind when we go into the second simulation. If we have any more than 1 win, that'll show you how much we actually improved from the 9 overall defensive line. But Jesus, that is awful. So in 2 of these simulations, we've had a team go 1-15. The other, like I said, was the 49ers. Jeez, that's effing awful. So let's go into the team stats and see how the team did. In, I guess the offense really doesn't matter. 32nd offense in the NFL. That's awful. And the defense was, I guess we weren't even ranked. That's weird. It didn't even say we were, like, our ranking in terms of defensive yards, but we get, okay, now that's really weird. We were 33rd in the NFL in terms of points allowed. I thought there was only 32 teams, so that's definitely very interesting. So with that said, hopefully we can improve from the 33rd worst defense in the NFL, although there's only 32 teams. But anyways, now looking at the team stats, Matt Barkley just under 3,000 yards passing, 18 touchdowns, 23 interceptions, was only sacked 22 times. That's crazy, because that's actually pretty freaking good. Like, that's the best by far I've ever had. Even when I used a 99 overall offensive line, when we did the same exact video trying to use a 99 overall offensive line, we didn't do this good. And we went 1-15 with a quarterback that was only sacked 12 or 22 times. That is. That's crazy. So let's see how we did in terms of rushing stats. Jordan Howard did not break 1,000 yards, had 998, 2 touchdowns. Jeremy Langford had 6 touchdowns. Matt Barkley actually had more rushing touchdowns than our starting running back. In terms of receivers, Eddie Royal led the team with 67 receptions. Marquise Wilson had 766 yards and 3 receiving touchdowns. But the stats we're going to be worried about are the defensive stats in this video. See who led the team in tackles and such like that. And we had Darrell Freeman lead the team in tackles with 135. And on tackles for loss and sacks are what we're going to be really focused on Eddie Goldman led the team with 10 tackles for loss, followed by Akeem Hicks, Pernell McPhee, and Cornelius Washington. And now in terms of quarterback sacks, Mitch Unrein led the team with 9.5 sacks. That's actually pretty decent. Akeem Hicks with 4.5, and then we had Eddie Goldman, our defensive tackle, with 2.5. It'll be interesting to see, though, if we can get a defensive lineman in the top 10. I've never seen a defensive lineman in the top 10, but Tom Brady won the MVP as he normally always does. Marcus Mariota came in 7th. The winner of this Super Bowl is always the Chiefs and Seahawks. The Seahawks won 28-27. I had just mentioned in the previous simulation, like, ever since the newest roster update, it's always the Chiefs coming from the AFC and the Seahawks winning from the NFC, and maybe that's a sign of things to come, but the Seahawks went by 1 point. So that's definitely not an unusual matchup. So now it's time to jump into the second simulation and see if the Bears can actually win more than one game with a full 99 overall defensive line. So into simulation number 2, and I want to show you guys the depth chart really quick so you do see the full 99 overall defensive line. Now starting off at the, I think it's going to be the right end position, or actually the left end position, is going to be Fat Slong with a 99 overall across the board. Every single stat, even his throw power, which I guess doesn't really matter, but it's still every single stat is 99 across the board. As you see, 99 every single stat. Now going on to the right end position, same exact thing, Small Slong with a 99 across the board. Every single stat is 99. And last but not least, the 2 defensive tackle positions, just in case we play formations that require 2 defensive tackles, so I guess 4-3 or goal line or anything, we have 2 Slongs at our defensive tackle position. So every defensive lineman that's going to play is going to be 99 overall. Now with that said, let's jump into the simulation and see how we do. I think it's actually going to be a pretty big improvement since it is an addition of 4 99 overall players. I want you guys to let me know your prediction of what the record is going to be at the end of the simulation in the comment section below, and I'll see who gets the closest. I am going to say my prediction is we go 6-10 is going to be my prediction. So the simulation is over and we did make the playoffs once again, but I think it's going to be a pretty big improvement. Let's see if anybody, so only 2 players on the whole entire offense regressed, so that normally means it's a pretty average season. So 6-10 may be about right, but I think I'm going to bump my prediction up to like 8-8. And let's see what the actual record went, and we went 5-11. So not as good as I thought, but an improvement of 4 wins. So I mean, 4 wins is pretty big, but I still felt like it could have been a lot better than 5-11. So with that said, let's check out the team stats and see if we actually did better than 33rd in terms of team defense. Our offense was still pretty freaking atrocious, 29th in the NFL, and the defense went up to 20th. Too bad it didn't show what we were in terms of defensive stats before, and here we went from 33rd in points allowed to 7th, so that's at least a pretty big improvement. Now let's check out the stats. Matt Barkley had a little bit better season. He was sacked 5 more times, but more touchdowns, and I think about the same amount of interceptions thrown. Actually, I think he threw a little bit less interceptions. Now, in terms of rushing yards, Jordan Howard this time around had over 1,000 yards and 7 touchdowns, and Jeremy Langford had 8 touchdowns on the ground and 324 yards. Do we have a 1,000-yard receiver? No, we didn't, but Marquise Wilson came very close with 991. Now, the defensive stats, which matter, let's see in terms of total tackles. Darrell Freeman once again led the team with 133 tackles for loss. Now, this is where things are going to get interesting. Small Slong led the team with 28 tackles for loss. That is insane. Fat Slong, 26 tackles for loss, and Thick Slong, 16. Where's the other Slong? Slong number 2, where you at? Slong number 2 is way down here. He only had 1 tackle. Thin Slong had 1 tackle the whole entire year. Now, who led the team in terms of sacks? Small Slong, of course. 21.5 sacks. Fat Slong with 19. And Thin came with 7. Like, we had a ton of sacks, so we had to lead the NFL in sacks. So we have any of our defensive linemen get an interception, and we didn't. Now let's see if one of our defensive linemen actually came in the top 10 of terms of MVP, and they didn't. Now I'm kind of disappointed because I thought there was a chance, but they didn't. But I want to see who actually won NFC Defensive Player of the Year, and even with the amount of sacks and tackles for loss we had, he didn't even win Defensive Player of the Year. Jalen Smith came in second. Above him, they better have had insane stats. We had another one, the fat one, coming in at 8th. But wow, we had to lead the team in sacks. I do want to go check that and see if we had the most sacks in terms of the whole entire NFL. We had to. There's no way some other team had more sacks than we did. or tackles for loss in general. And we by far, by 22 sacks, had the most sacks in the NFL. So the last thing to check out for this video is to see who won the Super Bowl in this simulation. Let's see if this is the Chiefs and Seahawks once again. It might very well be. And it's the New England Patriots getting absolutely destroyed by the Atlanta Falcons. And I've seen the Falcons in the Super Bowl a couple times ever since the newest roster update. So there you go, Falcons fans, absolutely blowing out the Patriots by 31 points. That's insane, dude. So with that said, guys, that is going to do it for today's video. Hopefully you did enjoy, and if you did, make sure to drop a like. Let me know what video we do next, like this, in the comment section below, what positional unit, etc. But with that said, guys, be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Once again, good luck on your finals. You have finals coming up, or exams in general if you're in high school or whatever. So finish the semester strong. I will catch you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.